are. This is our Top Chef mini episode. This is Jamie and Stephanie from the Ugly Truth. Hello, Ugg.
Swing.
I cannot. Yes. So much has happened.
That's so dumb, but I have to.
So much has happened since our last episode. First and foremost, we are at the finale.
Finally.
They're in Paris. Gay Paris. They had the first challenge where, of course, they introduced Olympians. The wall challenge.
That was actually kind of a fun challenge.
I have to tell you, every time they do the wall challenge on Top Chef, I'm like, I want to do this because I know I could do it.
Well, yeah, you think you can. I wonder if we could. We should try it.
I would. Oh, that's a good idea. We should try to do it.
We could.
We can figure it out. Oh, we will do that. That's a good idea. We'll have to figure out a way to do that.
Maybe we'll do that like before the finale or after the finale.
Yeah, Gabri was horrible at it. Terrible.
I know.
And then Ali, although I think they won.
He did win.
She couldn't hear or understand his accent.
I know. Well, that was kind of Gabri's problem.
Gabri had a problem with that
whatever.
too. Yeah.
Gabrielle is his
Gabri,
name, but yes.
whatever.
Gato.
El Shot.
I'll call him Gato.
Yeah, they call him Gato. He's like, I'm El Shot now. Anyway, so we're in Paris. I loved the episode simply because I felt like even Gabriel, I feel like he deserved to be there. I think
he did.
He earned his place. He got past the Wellington carry to me.
He did.
So it's like, yeah, I guess if we were in a different world, Gabri would not be there. If he had been assigned any other chef, he probably wouldn't have been in the finale.
Yeah, that's true. But
but he proved himself.
Yeah, I was going to say the challenge they did was, I mean, that's about as high stakes as it gets. Those Michelin star chefs they were cooking for, that would be so intimidating.
And he
killed it.
The editing makes it look like he was a bumbling fool.
But he wasn't. He was fine. The thing is, well, I mean, they wanted to point out, which they should, his mistakes. Because he did have elements that were missing from his dish. But fortunately, the dish was so great that he didn't need those elements to still do really well.
And first and foremost, I love mushrooms.
Oh my God.
I would have eaten all of
Jamie,
it.
when they said what the challenge was, I'm like, oh God.
And button mushrooms are one of my favorites.
I just love mushrooms, period. I don't think there's a mushroom I don't like.
With garlic and butter and
I can eat them plain. I can eat them all the ways.
Randy Paragary has a mushroom salad at Paragary's that's been on there for 20 years. I mean, he's passed now, but the salad still remains. Our mother introduced me to this salad. She goes, we have to go to Paragary's. You have to have this mushroom salad. So I had it and I said, this is unbelievable. I have tried to replicate it over and over again and I can't. So I had the very fortune of meeting Randy Paragary.
Oh.
I was getting my hair done and he was in the chair next to me. And my hairdresser at the time, Neil, said, Jamie, this is Randy Paragary. Have you ever met? And I said, no. And I said, lovely to meet you. And he goes, thank you.
What's in your mushroom salad?
And I said, I don't want to bother you because he's a very famous person in Sacramento.
He's well known locally, yes.
And so I said, I don't really want to bother you, but I just really need to tell you how much I love your mushroom salad. I've tried to replicate it. I can't. But it's one of the most delicious dishes I've ever had. And it's the mushrooms. I mean, I just love the mushrooms.
Yeah.
They're button mushrooms. And he turned to me and he was like, okay, so here's the thing about this salad. And he went on this diatribe about how much he loves it, how excited he is that I loved it. He was so pleased that someone was able to tell him directly.
Well, what a specific thing to say.
Right? And he was like, thank you for telling me. I used to be a dishwasher. And I was like, thank you. And so I think about that with Gabri because he was a dishwasher.
True.
And now he's doing mushroom, whatever he made.
I know, right?
And so personal side note, but I mean, I love mushrooms like you do.
I do too.
Sure.
God, I can literally eat them on anything, everything. In fact, I almost on Friday night, and I tried not to do it because I'm really trying to eat healthier.
Sure.
Not for any particular reason other than that I love junk food and I'm just trying to scale back a little bit on my indulgences. So Friday night, I literally had it on my phone, ready to hit the order button. I was literally ordering like a double mushroom pizza. That's all it was. I was just going to have a mushroom pizza. I was going to do it with the garlic white sauce instead of the red sauce. But I was like, what are you doing? You're ordering a large double pepper mushroom pizza.
Stop it.
And no one else will eat this.
You're like, I'm eating it all
I'll
myself.
eat the whole thing.
So on that note, of course, Buddha did what Buddha does.
He did.
This amazing, beautiful Wellington mushroom thing. Gabri.
Yeah, he did. He had like layers and layers of it.
It was just next level.
And dough. And oh my God.
Level.
I mean, yeah, my mouth is literally watering thinking about it.
Sarah, she's like, I'm just making mushroom soup. I hope it's enough. I was watching it going, I am so glad that I chose Sarah weeks ago.
Yeah.
I knew, you and I both knew she was going to be in the finale.
I knew she'd be in the finale. I told you, I think the last show we recorded, I said my prediction was that she would win.
Buddha Sarah. Yeah, a lot of people are thinking Sarah would. I'm team Sarah. I think because people are like, Buddha deserves the win. I'm like, why does Buddha deserve the win? Because he's won the most challenges?
No, that's not why.
That's not how this works.
I mean, I think people think that's why he should win.
Well, I mean, he's clearly masterful.
Yeah.
He loves the multiple elements, all the things. And you know that all of these finalists have their meal planned before they even start the show.
Oh, for sure.
Like they know what they're going to do.
If I get to the finale, this is what I will make.
Exactly.
Yes.
I was a little disappointed that Ali he fell flat, and it was clear he fell flat. It was not like they were picking on him.
No.
I can't remember though who had the mushroom forward dish. Was it Ali or Gabri?
Well, it was Ali.
Oh, so he was mushroom forward, but it was boring.
And that's what they just said after a few bites it was boring.
Yeah, they were like it was one note.
Yeah.
Yeah, whereas Gabri gave them spice, gave them a variety.
He did.
Gave them texture. And it's like, how do you punish that?
Yeah, he's really pulling off the diversity of making sure he's staying true to his
with his
health.
personality.
Well, to with his personality, yes, but also to his
culture.
cuisine, Mexican cuisine.
I know.
But how hard would that be to do that in France?
And he's French trained, so he kind of has an in on that. He knows how to combine the two.
What I wouldn't give to eat some of the food he's made.
Seriously.
Because we both love Mexican food.
We just finished eating some.
We did. We're addicted to it. But to make it high end, like top, like Michelin star.
I don't take back my statement though that he's the weak link. I do think he's definitely a dark horse.
Isn't this going to be funny if when we record after the finale and he wins, we'll be like, "Are you serious?"
I mean, I would only be disappointed because I really want Sarah to win.
I want Sarah to win too. But here's the thing about Top Chef that I've learned over the years. It's not a show when the person who wins, generally speaking, they've been strong most of the but it's never like, well, you're the most well-rounded chef or you did the best most of the time. That's why you won. It's always the final cook.
Yeah,
that really calls the shots.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
and you really cannot.
So if you fuck up, and even like Buddha, if he fucks up,
that's right.
It wouldn't even matter that he won. He won't win. He will not win.
He will not win. It has to be complete perfection.
And so even the dark horse can have the best night of his life
and win.
And take it.
I know.
You know?
It would be crazy. I think what I love is that I really, for a while, believed that this was going to be kind of a boring finale. Like, we're going to know who's going to be in the finale,
going to be predictable.
blah, blah, blah. But now...
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
For me, the finale is always exciting because I've seen the strongest chefs lose, not win it.
Yep.
And so I never count on
can't.
No, I don't. And I used to do that. I'm like, oh, they've so got it. This is going to be boring. And then I'm like, oh my God, they didn't win.
They forgot an element.
Or something bad happened. Something burned or something got forgotten or whatever.
And they can't pivot. They have to stick with it. That's the hardest part. No. So Sarah's like, I'm just making a soup. I hope it's enough. And they're just like, this is the best mushroom soup I have ever eaten in my life. And I'm like, what?
But she says, it's the way her personality is when she says what she's doing or whatever. And I don't know if some of this is editing. I think it kind of is. Sure. I think they want her to look a little country bumpkin. Mm-hmm. But then when you see her dish, I'm like, there's nothing simple about what she made.
Stunning.
In fact, it didn't even really look like soup. Like you're thinking, it was more of like a smear of
and they're
liquid.
Like, I could sit in front of the fireplace and eat this all night. And I'm like, what? She said it was mushroom soup.
I know. You're thinking Campbell's, that's what I was thinking at least.
I will say that the restaurant that they were on, Daryl and I have fantasized about going to Paris forever, right?
Oh, yeah.
So that is the number one restaurant. And I said, this is the one we need to go to.
How many Michelin stars did they say he had? It was like ridiculous.
Was it 8?
It was a lot.
I don't know. It was a lot. And I didn't realize that he was such an icon for chefs. It's like when they came in, they're like, we're shaking. I'm like, you're shaking? I didn't realize he was such an icon. Yeah. I'm like, is he like the godfather of French cooking, which is possible?
He might be. He might be like the man Julia Child of the modern day.
Maybe. But I just told Daryl, I said, hey, that's the boat. That's the restaurant I wanted to go to if we ever go to France. Man. I go, that's the Michelin star restaurant.
Well, you're going then.
Well, I didn't realize it was such a la-di-da.
Well, now you do.
I'm like, Jesus, they're making it sound like we're on hallowed ground. The angels sing. And I'm like, it's a restaurant, guys.
Yeah. But now you know why.
Now I know why. Because he's this mentor for so many people.
For sure.
But I did enjoy the finale or the finale cook-off. Yes, the elimination cook-off. I loved it.
It was so good.
And I loved how I really like how humble he's been this season.
Agreed.
He's aggressive. He knows what he wants to do, but he's not treating anyone like garbage.
He's very focused, but I also think that he realizes. Well, I mean, let's be honest. You know some chefs. You have some chef friends, and you and Daryl have been to some very fine dining restaurants in our country and in England. Yes. And chefs are just generally arrogant people. They have a ton of confidence. They kind of remind me of...
And if they don't, you see it in their food.
Right?
Immediately, yes.
Doctors and surgeons and airline pilots. Jerry, my husband, has a lot of upper echelon clients. And so we know a lot of those people. It's the same thing.
Yeah, you have to have
because
confidence.
You can't cut into a human heart and fix it if you're not...
I don't know.
Yeah, if you're not confident in what you're doing.
Yes.
You can't worry like, can I do this? Am I going to mess it up?
Sure.
No, you have to go in there with conviction.
You're like, I'm doing this.
Julia, when she's like hacking into the lobster, you just got to do it.
So true. And they're
chefs
all
too. So they're all kind of arrogant and conceited.
When Gabri was announced that he was going, well, I was so happy. Sarah won her very first. Sarah literally won the last elimination. Well, not the last elimination, but literally the last elimination challenge.
Regular elimination challenge. Yeah,
she won. She's like, I finally did it.
Yay.
And then
I was happy for her.
And then obviously Buddha. And it was a lay down. But when they announced Gabri and he started crying, I started fucking crying.
I did too.
I couldn't believe it.
Well, he's got the story.
And he talks to his mom all the time.
He does. I mean, they're humble. I mean,
he's very humble.
There's something about Latino immigrants because I have said this. Now, I'm not saying that other cultures aren't hard workers.
Of course.
But maybe because we live in California, I don't know. That we're so exposed to it all the time and have been our whole lives but Mexican immigrants or Latino immigrants,
they work like hell.
They work their friggin' asses off.
They do.
They pull their own weight. They try to rely on no one. They take care of their families, their extended families. I mean, they work their ass off.
It's a community for sure.
For sure. So the fact that he's made it to this point is
he even said that. He's just like, I wanted to get out of my raggedy town. I wanted to take care of my family, and he's done it. And it's like,
well, he's achieved way more than probably he ever dreamed.
I was watching it. I'm like, if he does not create an El Gato chef line, like I don't know who shouldn't.
Well, there's nothing he can do at this point to not be successful.
I mean, he won MasterChef Mexico, but now he could potentially win.
Oh yeah, but I mean,
big one.
How many chefs do we know that didn't even win
and
that are
hugely
uber famous?
Okay, so we have a few more minutes. So we have the finale. So the finale company. We have to talk about the big breaking news.
The breaking news. Yeah, I don't even know how to feel about that.
Padma is leaving.
I know.
Top Chef 20 years or 17 years.
I know, but
that's a long time.
She's also an executive producer, so I'm like,
she'll remain.
Oh, I know she will.
But she has another show, and I haven't watched it, but it's something Nation.
Face the Nation. No, Food Nation.
Food Nation, and that's like her thing. And it's basically like Anthony Bourdain, where he would go and taste different foods everywhere. It's basically the same thing. I think it's great. I think she should go. I think we need to, and so the discussion now is who takes her place.
Right.
And everybody's like, put Gail in there. Everybody's like, Gail's a wet mop. They
tried to do this with Gail before.
Oh, she's not.
They did Top Chef desserts.
Oh, and it wasn't.
And it was horrible.
Okay, well, she's not.
Gail can't carry a show. She's on her own.
No. But she's good. But
she's great.
But she's good at what she does.
She's great at what she does. But she's a supporting actress.
Exactly.
She's not a
and she's good at that. So they're trying to toss all. They want that fucking Christina Kirsch, and I'm like, absolutely not.
I don't know who that is.
She was a Top Chef contestant. She's the
Kristen Kish.
Kish, sorry.
I was like, who's Kirsten Kirsch?
Kristen Kish.
Yes. No. She's boring.
She's so boring. Stephanie, she had a food thing on Disney Channel where she would go all over the country. I watched one episode and I was like,
she had another one too.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
Oh, the remake the fast food thing?
Yeah, they've tried a couple different shows with her.
She's just not it.
She's not it.
Okay,
dude, she's boring.
So here's my thing. I know it's probably unpopular and she's older, but I love Nigella Lawson.
Oh, I like her too.
I think she'd be good at it.
You know what?
She's international.
You know
she's
what?
a chef.
The more I think about that, that's not a terrible idea.
You need someone who has tasted a gajillion kinds of foods. Well, you can't just get some dumb American woman or man. No. It's got to be someone international. It has to be.
Yeah, that's true.
They need to have a love for everything.
Well, and they need to be well traveled. And let's face it, they need to have money because you can't have some newcomer, some dirt poor person who's just. Only because of the level of chefs that they're judging.
You need to know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, and these chefs aren't going to be, working at your local mom and pop shop. They have very fine dining restaurants.
You
Yeah.
can't be afraid to take a mouthful of food in front of the world. Padma gives zero craps. She will eat and she's like, oh, this is so good. Most women in entertainment will not.
No.
Gianna fucking spits crap out.
I hate her.
Like, we want people who will be like, this is spicy, this is delicious, I love all the things, and we'll be able to describe. I think Nigella Lawson is it.
She's great. Yeah.
I know she's older, but I don't care.
Who cares? She's Padma's 50.
Oh my God, she's so beautiful.
She just did the cover of Sports Illustrated.
She's done a lot of amazing things.
Well, I am happy for Padma on a personal, on a level of as far as a businesswoman and all of that. I know this is her passion. This is what she wants to do. But at the same time, I worry about my show.
Yeah, me too.
Because I love my show so much. And the recipe was so good.
It was perfect.
Yeah. And I just, anytime they make a major change to any show, it's going to be a risk.
Well, we'll find out. And
but maybe she'll have something to do with who they cast.
I would hope so.
I hope so too.
I hope we totally hate it. It'll be hilarious. No, I want it to be good. I want it to be good.
Oh my God.
I don't want an old contestant. I want someone new and fresh. I want no old contestants.
I mean, honestly, they had Katie Lee Beagle the first year.
I can't do it. She was terrible.
She was terrible.
Yeah.
Well, that was a long time ago, granted, but honestly, I can't even watch that show she's on now, The Kitchen.
Oh my God, Stephanie.
I cannot.
That is literally like hell for me.
That is like the worst. It's like The View.
If they said you're going to hell and you have to watch The Kitchen for the rest of your life, I'd be like, no. I hate that show so much. Jeffrey Zakarian can't even save it. I'm sorry.
No,
I can't.
He's horrible. He's like Gianna, but a boy version. He doesn't eat. He's thin. He's always wearing a suit.
I know.
Stop it.
Stuffy little dude. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that's it for our Top Chef edition. Can't wait to talk about the finale.
The winner.
Yay.
Oh my God. All right.
Bye, everyone.